tubular assisted surgeries, as Dr. Satyen said, it is the most crucial point. So you define right docking point is basically accurate tube placement over intended anatomical target. So based on your indication, you define what is the right docking point. Your goals is, like especially in a disc, of the disc, it should be closer to the lamina and it should be fixed so that it should not be moved intraoperatively. And in initial cases, it's better that you confirm the same point in AP as well. So thought process before docking, you have to think what is your indication. You have to think what is your level of surgery. Make sure that especially lumbarized S1, sacralized lumbar spine, in those cases it's important that you make sure what is your level of surgery, what is your side of surgery. Study your preoperative MRI properly. Patient profile has to be kept in mind, whether it's an index or revision surgery, and think about what would be your skin incision and what would be your angle of tube. So we'll look each points. Pick the right size. So we have basically in Matronics, there are various retractors. These are fixed diameter retractor, 14 millimeter, 16 and 18. Quadrant is expandable retractor and X-tube is another expandable retractor. So in my practice, I use quadrant predominantly for intradural tumors. In classic lumbar discectomy, I use 14 millimeter size. In canal stenosis decompression and T-leaf, I use 18 millimeter tube. So you have to think what is your indication and decide what kind of retractor you use and what length. That would depends on intraoperative measurement. Patient profile is important. In a patient who is obese, your docking point would be little more lateral. In a patient who is obese, there are chances that you may cross midline and you dock on opposite side. So it's important that you check AP as well. For planning, you have to study your preoperative MRI, like whether it's a foraminal, extraforaminal disc, whether it's a paracentral disc or a migrated disc. And in a migrated disc, there are options. Either you can go translaminar, so you want to just take out the fragment, or you want to go to the parent disc and do that decompression as well. And that way you can define your proper docking point. So incision should be based on your indication. Like if it's, for me, if it's lumbar disc herniation, my placement would be, incision would be around about 1.5 centimeter lateral to midline. If you want to plan over the top for maneuverability, you want to little bit more lateral, 1.5 to 2 centimeter. And if you are planning a T-leaf, my incision would be from the level of the screw. I don't keep separate incision and go from the screw side incision. So that would be around 3 to 3.5 centimeter. And for far lateral disc, I would be little more away, 1 centimeter lateral to your lateral pedicular line. So that would be around 4 to 4.5 centimeter from midline. So what you want to see, like once you dock and get in, if you are doing a central or paracentral disc, your intended target would be, you should be docking on this inferior aspect of the superior lamina, and as you want to go in, you should see lamina, medial aspect of the facet, inferior lamina, and the ligamentum flavum. If you are planning for far lateral disc herniation, your docking point would be at the junction of TP and the pars. So you should see superior TP, pars, inferior TP, and then we go from here, see that exiting route, and then go to the disc. So based on what is your indication, you choose the target. So I'll share step-by-step technique. So this is a patient who has got a classic central, paracentral L4-5 disc herniation. These are good cases for a beginner. So radiological anatomy is important. You must identify landmark on AP and lateral view. Make sure that your end plates are parallel. In AP also, you have to make sure that your pedicle spinous process is in midline and anatomical orientation is proper. So first thing is you mark your incision. So you place a needle 1.5 centimeter lateral to midline, mark your incision. We are L4-5, we are operating. This is my marking. And then you use, like for 18 millimeter tube, you use 2 centimeter size incision inside skin and fascia, and use your first dilator. First dilator, you go on the bone, identify lamina, and then you check on a C-arm, and you should see this view. Your first docking should be at the lower aspect of the superior lamina. And then comes the sequential dilatation. So first dilator over which serial dilators are placed. By rotating motion, you put serial dilators. You have to make sure that at times that IO bend plastic get into it. So you have to make sure that you avoid that. And then you use tube. Again, when you put a tube, take a final shoot and make sure that your tube is parallel to the upper inferior aspect of the superior end plate. And then you fix it on the opposite side. These are various kinds available. This has got 2 joints, so you fix here, then you fix here, and make sure that it fixed properly before you get microscope in. And in a few cases, especially in revision cases or obese, make sure, or beginning, you make sure that you confirm in AP view as well. What are the problems? At times you may be too medial or too lateral. Like here, you can see the docking point is far away from your lamina. I would fill in the bone, and when I expose, we realize that we are too medial. So there is a spinous process. Then you go lateral and dock there. The same way, if you are lateral to facet, the same finding would be there. So this tube should be as close to lamina as possible. The angulation is also a problem. At times, the ergonomics would be get affected. In a case who has got previous open surgery, make sure that you check in AP as well. Your degenerative scoliosis, arthropathic facet, congenital stenosis, these are difficult cases. Begin them after few experience. At times there are some complications. This is my patient who has got a C5-6 cervical disc. We are planning cervical laminoforaminotomy, and my first dilator went straight here, realized it on table that there was very wide interlamino window and my tube went directly through the ligamentum fluum. So make sure that you check before you get in, and these are difficult cases to manage post-op. So take home message, plan preoperatively where you want to dock, identify same landmark on C-arm, proper bone contact, correct level, correct trajectory is important, and mal docking may lead to serious complication. Thank you.
Thank you.